Let's go. Oh shit. I forgot to advance this fucking thing. God damn it.
25, shots fired, shots fired. Your fucking head. Stay right there. Stay right there. Show me your hands. On the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey.
These are the crazy moments when gang members outnumbered officers, starting with a Venezuelan migrant gang who assaulted 2 officers on the streets of Times Square. On January 27, 2024, in Times Square, Manhattan, 2 NYPD officers were working in the busy tourist area when they noticed a group of individuals causing a disturbance and gathering in a disorderly group. As the officers approached the group to clear the sidewalk, the situation quickly turned disrespectful and confrontational.
Por favor, ¿cómo está? Vamos, West 41, West 41. Go to West 41. Move, vamos. Vamos. Let's go. One moment. Go. West 41. Go now. No, West 41. West 41.
That's when you slam his fucking ass on the ground, right there.
Let's go. Move. No me toqué, vale. Let's go. Me toqué, da la tocadera. Let's go. Pero no me toque.
Oye, puede ir de Mumbara, nos ofrecieron 25 para matarlo, me escuchaste.
Menaces to society.
The group of individuals started to leave, but they began singing a mocking, offensive chant in Spanish directed at the police. However, one man, later identified as Henry Brito, did not leave like the others. Brito remained in the middle of the sidewalk, and as officers approached him to move him from the road, this was the exact moment when all the chaos was about to begin.
Parece Betty la fea. ¿Pero qué pasó? Ey, pero ¿por qué me paraba mi pe? ¿Por qué me paraba? Claro, pero está el carajito para el niño. El niño, papá.
Look at him. Let the shirt go, buddy. The officers could use deadly force. Why they're not, I don't know. But at this point, you could use deadly force.
85, 220, what's for 2?
And what is it? What does this woke piece of shit do with the badge? He pulls out a taser. Did you not see the clothes they're wearing? That taser's not going to do anything. Wow.
These people came to the United States looking for a better life and better job opportunities, as their home country has been dealing with serious economic and political problems. But the thing is, they never showed this kind of aggression or protest back in their own country again.
Yeah, they don't come here to assimilate. They come here to take over. And that, sir, is an invasion.
Against their corrupt leaders or police. Wherever they go, they should respect the law and the police of that place. When officers attempted to detain Brito, several people from the group suddenly ran back toward the officers and began attacking them. The suspects knocked the officers to the ground and assaulted them during the chaotic struggle. More individuals joined the attack.
Thank you for
before
the
group eventually fled
subscription to my YouTube.
But the incident did not end there. Several suspects were arrested in the days following the attack. After reviewing body camera footage and surveillance video, investigators indicted around 7 people connected to the assault. Officers later discovered that 2 of the suspects were actual members of a violent Venezuelan gang. Several of the attackers were charged and later convicted, facing around 6 months to 2 years in prison. Henry Brito, who prosecutors described as a central figure in the attack, later pleaded guilty to second-degree assault and was sentenced to about 1.5 years in jail. Because several of the suspects were non-citizens, their convictions could also affect their immigration status and could lead to possible deportation proceedings. Next up, you will see how a lone officer
Hey, Miss Bridge. Welcome back. Miss Bridge, I'm just not feeling the love anymore. I don't think you love me anymore. You just stroll in whenever. You just don't care. This is my sad face. Give me a minute. I can make my sad face a little better. Hold on. There we go.
Officer was terrified by a group of people while
We
responding
love
to
you
a
long
burglary call.
time. Wuggy wuggy. I love you long time.
On November 13th, 2025, Colorado Springs police received a 911 call reporting a burglary in progress at the Nevada Flats Hotel on South Nevada Avenue. The reporting party told dispatchers that earlier in the evening, a physical fight had broken out inside the building
don't know
after
who
a man
Q4
allegedly
is.
assaulted someone. According to the caller, the suspect eventually left the area, but before leaving, he made a serious threat that he would return with a gun. Later that night, the caller reported that the same man had come back to the building and was aggressively banging on the door.
Pure character, exaggeratedly stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. Thank you, buddy, for the coffee. Very much. Hey, Beast. Here's to you. Here's to me. May we never disagree. But if we do, the hell with you. Here's to me. Let's go.
Concerned that the situation could quickly turn violent, the resident contacted police. A CSPD officer
Keep your
was
eyes
quickly
open.
dispatched and arrived at the location shortly after.
George 45, shots fired, shots fired. George 45, shots fired, shots fired. George 25. I've got one Hispanic male with an AK-style rifle.
Hi, oldest daughter.
The lone CSPD
Texas said my
officer,
oldest daughter's
later
in
identified
chat.
as Officer Austin Hornberger, never expected he was about to encounter something like that. When the officer
Hey, Q4. I know he called you old, the oldest daughter, but I know you're younger than he is. So there is that.
entered the building, the hallway appeared calm. As he approached the caller's room, the reporting party suddenly emerged from behind a locked hallway.
I mean, you got to realize your dad's so old, his social security number is 4. That's his whole social security, 4.
Security door. Just a few seconds later, 3 people, 2 men and a woman, exited another nearby room and stepped into the narrow hallway between the reporting party and the officer. One of the men was holding what appeared to be a rifle, while the other man was carrying another weapon. Within moments, the man with the rifle raised it and pointed the weapon directly at the officer. Faced with a deadly threat, the officer reacted in a split second and fired toward the group, then retreated to a
Absolutely.
safer location while waiting for backup.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a
End of the hallway on
gunfight
the left.
on that balcony up there, on that sidewalk. You ain't got nowhere to hide
I shot.
and return fire.
I can't tell. That's why I ran down here, because there's no cover up there.
Yeah, there's no cover. That was a smart move. He had 0 cover.
Hey, it's him, it's him.
We need help, we need help.
It's him, it's him, it's him.
People are shot.
Get on your face.
2 people are shot, I promise.
Fortunately, the incident did not escalate further, and the man surrendered. Officer Hornberger fired a total of 4 shots, and 2 people were struck by the gunfire. The man and
Good.
woman who were hit were quickly transported to a local hospital, and both later survived. The weapon later turned out to be a BB gun designed to resemble an AK-style rifle. The man who had raised the rifle toward the officer was detained, but later released, and no criminal charges were filed against him.
What?
Prosecutors explained that the weapon was a BB gun, and investigators determined determined that the individuals did not.
That tells you this is a woke city or a woke state. Sanctuary city, sanctuary, yeah. I don't give a damn if that's a BB gun. The officer didn't know that. He's aiming that at the officer and no charges were filed?
Intend to harm the officer and were not linked to the initial burglary report. No further details or reports were released about the incident. Next, you will see how a group of prisoners overpowered a detention officer, tied him up, and tortured him inside the same prison.
Is anybody like surprised? I'm trying to find the right wording because I want to be politically correct. Does anybody find it surprising that a bunch of fucking hood rats, that's politically correct word right there, is the one that's committing that? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Exactly, Chris. That's just
On the
stupid.
evening of March 27th, 2021, a violent hostage situation erupted inside the Oklahoma County Detention Center, one of the largest county jails in the state. The situation began
And
when
they should
inmates
be,
in the pod
when they get them back into custody, they should be sentenced to death. Seriously. Death.
rushed a detention officer after a cell door had been opened during routine jail operations. In the chaos that followed, 34-year-old inmate Curtis Montrell Williams and several other inmates overpowered the officer and began torturing him.
Like I'm finna get down on the ground and shit. Put some ears up in this motherfucker or something. Niggas be coming out looking like smokers. That was unset. Looking like smokers running down the street. Look at the pod. Look how dirty it is, homie. Oh, this bitch pulled out the real straps. She gonna get this nigga.
How do they have a phone in there with a camera on it?
This how y'all do what? Niggas talk. That boy out to y'all straight. Y'all know who it is behind the camera. Blank gang, big long.
Somebody smuggled in a cell phone. Yeah, way too lax.
This is a crazy video. Prisoners are torturing a jail officer while other...
Hey, Chris, I just want to let you know, being a taste tester at McDonald's is not really considered a job, okay? Oh, I just got off, I'm full, but I just got off work. Yeah, taste testing at McDonald's is not a job. Just saying.
Inmates are live streaming it on Facebook. Moments later, they bring the officer downstairs to hurt him even more.
Oklahoma City Police Department. I need them here.
Are you at the jail?
Yes.
And did you hear the female? She's a captain. That means she was a really good cock smoker. But she's in tears, she's crying, she's emotional, and she's supposed to be the leader. Yeah, a waste of uniform. Women do not have any business in any type of law enforcement. In other words, women do not belong in a man's sport.
Who are you?
I'm Captain Tiffany Carter.
Captain Tiffany Carter?
Yes.
Black female.
And is this a good callback number for you, 1818?
Yes.
All right, our officers are already en route. Can you tell me any more what's going on right now?
I don't know. They got an officer.
I
they
don't
got
know.
His keys. They are popping all the doors open.
She's the captain. What do you mean you call it you don't know? And then she goes on to describe what's happening. I don't know, but yeah, they got the officer and they got his key. So you do know.
It's not in my name. Hello?
I'm still here. I'm just updating the call.
Hello?
I'm here. What else
Yes.
is going on?
They got the officers hostage. They have keys. They're opening all the doors.
We're already en route. What
Hey,
floor is
D3.
it? Where do my officers need to go when they get there?
To the 10th floor.
Okay, is there going to be someone to meet my officers when they get there?
Son of a bitch.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We've got a couple already en route.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's
Those
stabbing
prisoners
him?
began torturing the officer, beating him badly and punching him over and over. The incident unfolded on the 10th floor of the facility, an area used to house inmates considered difficult or disruptive. So you can imagine how quickly that situation could turn horrific. During the initial assault, the inmates took the officers' radio and keys, which allowed them to unlock multiple cell doors in the pod. With the keys in their possession, inmates began releasing others from their cells, rapidly escalating the situation into a dangerous and uncontrolled environment. The detention officer, later identified as Daniel Misquez, was shown being beaten and repeatedly stabbed with a homemade weapon during the ordeal. Moments later, the inmates positioned him near the top of a stairwell landing as they continued their violent assault.
What's the shields for? They're in the way. There's some stupid shit with the shield. Just go in there. Okay, these guys, how come the ones on the left don't get a shield? I guess their lives don't matter. Put the shield down and run up the stairs. You coward.
With Officer Misquez still kneeling and the weapon pressed to his neck, two responding officers opened fire in an attempt to stop Williams and save the officer's life. Williams was struck by gunfire and collapsed immediately. Right after the shots were fired, the injured detention officer was rescued. He was transported to a local hospital where he was treated for his injuries and later released. Williams was pronounced dead after the shooting. As news of his death spread, his mother later released a statement about the incident.
Here we go. Yeah, Aunt Jemima's got to have her 15 minutes of fame. Hold on.
By his mother.
His life. And I want justice. I really want justice.
I wonder, I'm just asking questions. I wonder if Jaquica right here would it be saying the same thing if they'd have killed the correctional officer? If her son would have killed the correctional officer, yeah, she wouldn't have.
And I'm going to get it.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really going to get it. Because they took my son's life, and he had 2 kids of his own.
Oh, they let him breed. That's a big mistake.
Their dad's life. And this shouldn't be tolerated, and I'm not going to tolerate it.
Williams's family heavily criticized the incident and later pursued legal action, and some people also joined protests against the officer's actions. But based on the CCTV footage showing how the prisoners assaulted and nearly tried to kill the officer, it portrays a very different picture. What do you think about this? As a result, 5 inmates were later charged with murder under Oklahoma's felony murder law, but the exact outcome of this incident has not been publicly released. Next, you will see how an officer was outnumbered by a group of people suspected of being involved in a car theft incident.
Hey.
On July 29th, 2025, Officer Renteria with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department was driving when he ran the license plate of a white...
Can we find some, like, real Americans to be police officers? Not some fucking illegal pieces of shit from other countries? I don't give a fuck if they went through the paperwork and they became a U.S. citizen. Law enforcement, military, all that should be natural-born citizens. Jesus. Like, look at the football teams at the NFL. You can't pronounce any of their names anymore. Like Randy White. Yeah. They don't exist.
Sedan traveling in the area. The check quickly revealed that the vehicle had been reported stolen during a carjacking the day before. Realizing the seriousness of the situation, Officer Renteria began following the car while monitoring its movements.
Find a parking spot. Show me your fucking hands. Stay right there. Stay right there. Show me your hands. When I go.
Okay, Beast.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey. I'm shot. Shoot. Shoot her down. Shoot her down. Cars rush.
One of the rear passengers, 20-year-old Mandrell Ballard, immediately jumped out of the vehicle and ran from the scene on foot. While Officer Renteria tried to take the driver into custody, another passenger, 19-year-old Tyson Reach, suddenly opened fire on the officer. Officer Renteria was hit several times during the attack. Investigators later confirmed that he was struck by 3 bullets, while a 4th round hit his ballistic vest, preventing what could have been a fatal injury. Despite being seriously wounded, the officer managed to draw his service weapon and returned fire while still on the ground. During the shootout, Officer Renteria shot Tyson Reach, wounding him as he attempted to flee the scene. After the gunfire stopped, Officer Renteria realized he had been severely injured and later received medical assistance. Responding officers quickly flooded the area. A short distance from where the shooting occurred, officers located Tyson Reach lying in a parking lot suffering from gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital in critical condition. A manhunt was then launched and the remaining suspects were eventually arrested. The gunman, Tyson Reach, initially survived the shooting and remained hospitalized for weeks. However, his injuries were severe. On August 22nd, 2025, nearly a month after the incident, Reach died at Eskenazi Hospital from the gunshot wounds. Authorities later confirmed that the remaining 3 suspects involved in the stolen vehicle incident were taken into custody and faced criminal charges connected to the shooting and vehicle theft investigation.
I don't either, Chris. It's crazy. Wow. See, we have been laxed. I'm talking about white people. Have been laxed way too long and let these hood rats just, you know, oh, I don't want to be called a racist, so let them do whatever they want to do. Yeah, we should have never done that. Never. And now they're out of control. Just saying. I know some people don't like the truth, but that's a fact. Let's go.
Stop reaching.
Oh, right here, guys. Because of Mr. Beast right here, Beast is in my stream, I got to run downstairs and grab a cigarette because I'm going to smoke one for him. It's his fault. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave this running. Definitely going to leave it running. Let's go.
Man, I got one at gunpoint. Put it down! Put it down!
These are the moments when criminals turned deadly on cops, starting with the case of a trespassing suspect who opened fire on an officer to take his life. On September 3rd, 2025, Bay County Dispatch began receiving a series of urgent 911 calls. Multiple callers reported a man walking along Weber Road near Highway 231, openly armed and acting erratically. Without wasting any time, a deputy arrived immediately at the location, unaware of just how deadly this incident was about to become.
Mr. Smith.
How do you know my name? I didn't give you my name.
I know you didn't.
You reached for your gun. It don't work.
Mr. Smith.
I'm not reaching for mine.
I know you're not.
Reach for yours.
Mr. Smith.
Reach for your gun.
Grab that by the strap and put it down, please.
Camera on? I'll see no red
It's
light.
on.
Son?
Mr. Smith, do you know where you're at?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Bay County. I'm on. Is this Edith Height? Nope.
It is not.
This is Carolina.
The situation was very concerning as the suspect looked extremely unstable while carrying 2 deadly weapons. The man was later identified as 45-year-old Justin Chandler Smith, who had actually been contacted by deputies the previous night for a harassment and trespassing complaint, making this whole encounter even more terrifying. Smith was armed with both a handgun and a magazine-fed shotgun, and based on his erratic and aggressive behavior, he could have taken a deadly step at any moment. Still, the deputy repeatedly tried to calm him down and comfort him, but nothing seemed to work on him.
Okay. Can I take that off of you?
Huh?
Can I take that by the strap and get off it?
You worried about it? You got a gun. You got 2 of them.
I know. You got 2
Why
as
you
well.
want mine? So why you want just one?
Mr. Smith.
Hey, I'm telling you, you touched me, bro. I
Mr.
talked about
Smith.
this shit. Hey, one more. Hey,
Grab it. Don't you touch
no,
it.
no. No,
Man, I got one at gunpoint.
No,
Put it down. Put it down. Bay, shots fired. Drop the gun. Drop it. I need code 3 now. I got shots fired. I'm taking 1, 2, 3 from the office. Bay, shots fired. One subject down.
That moment was incredibly deadly. If the deputy's reflexes hadn't been as sharp as they were, the situation could have turned fatal for him. As Smith raised his gun toward the deputy and opened fire, the deputy instantly recognized the danger and returned fire. Smith fired 6 rounds from his handgun, and the deputy responded with 7. Thankfully, the deputy wasn't hurt at all, and Smith was
Smoke him if
neutralized
you
by the
got him.
gunfire. Once Smith was no longer a threat, the deputy immediately began giving him emergency medical aid. Paramedics arrived shortly
Never.
after, and
Never
Smith
would do
was
that.
later pronounced deceased. Next, you will
Good.
see a bizarre and shocking case where a suspect stabbed a person and later confronted cops with an axe, turning deadly on them.
Sir, what happened?
I was in my tent. You stabbed me, man. You know what?
Put it down! Stop now! Stop now!
On October 22, 2024, the peace of the Portage Hike and Bike Trail in Ravenna, Ohio was shattered when multiple 911 callers reported a violent assault unfolding near a homeless encampment in the wooded area along the trail. Callers described a man being attacked with an axe, triggering an immediate multi-officer response from the Ravenna Police Department. Officers were quickly dispatched to the location, and upon arrival, they were shocked to witness the terror the suspect had unleashed.
Down there?
He just fell down.
Okay.
He was walking this way, doing okay. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
20 out, 26.
Sir, what happened?
I was in my tent. You stabbed me, man. You know what the hell's going on?
You're in your tent and the dude stabbed you?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Okay.
In my ass cheek, I was kind of real one. I can't with my leg right.
Do you know who it was?
There's some boy that fucking kicked down her glass. He's got a big axe, double-sided, with a hook knife. Down there, past the breeze way.
You got an extra set of gloves, I'll help you.
Let me see your arm. Okay.
Now, see, those are the people, ladies and gentlemen, that you render medical aid to. That's the reason they sent us through first responder training, is to help the victim, not the piece of shit menace to society criminal. Never, not once have I ever rendered aid to a criminal. He can lay there and bleed until the EMT arrive on the scene.
What about your butt here, bud?
My ass cheek about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
He stabbed you in your butt?
Actually, I put my leg up and kneeled up like I got punched up, man. I was just putting my boot on.
So what is he?
Poor guy, man.
The man was in very critical condition. The suspect had hurt him badly. When officers arrived, they quickly found the victim severely wounded and bleeding heavily. His condition and the brutality of the attack made it clear that they were dealing with a rapidly evolving and potentially deadly situation. Despite his injuries, he managed to give officers a few key details about the suspect's appearance, which was extremely helpful. Officers then began searching for the attacker, but he was nowhere to be found. The situation was horrifying, especially with so many people around the area and no way of knowing who the suspect might target next. As officers moved deeper into the wooded trail, the suspect suddenly emerged from the trees with a bloodied weapon, like a nightmare no one ever wants to face.
Oh, no, we want to face it.
Ground! Get on the ground! He's approaching. Looks like he has a knife or sword of some kind.
Got a hatchet.
Get on the ground! Drop it! Get on the ground!
What'd you say to me? Bang, bang, bang.
Put the axe down now. Put
No,
it
I'm
down.
kidding.
Police department! Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
Put it down. Drop the axe now. Drop it. Drop it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very stressful situation. Only one officer should be giving commands. That's it. And I've heard 2 voices now. One, that's it. I tell the other officer, shut the fuck up.
Put it down.
Get on the ground! Come on, get on the ground!
Back up. Put it
Pat,
down.
I'm not ignoring you. This is the first time I've seen you chat in a while since you came in. I remember when you came in, you said, I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying on some new thongs and a couple of new pair of panties that I got at Victoria's Secret because their stuff is real nice. And that's the last I heard of you. That was it.
Put it down. Put it down.
Put it down! Put it down! Stop now!
Never, ever, ever back up. Never walk backwards. Are these officers stupid? Yes, they are. They train us that way in police. Never walk backwards to get away from a suspect. You open fire on that piece of shit when he gets close enough. But you don't back up. You know how dangerous that is. One slip and you're on your back, and he, at his distance, he can be there within 1.5 seconds.
Stop now!
Firing, shots fired, shots fired.
Yeah, we heard you.
The suspect
Well,
ignored
damn.
every attempt to de-escalate the situation. His refusal to comply, combined with his steady forward movement, created an immediate and deadly threat to the officers' lives. When he closed the distance and continued approaching with the weapon raised, officers were left with no choice. Multiple officers discharged their weapons,
Good.
striking the suspect and bringing the threat to an immediate end. The suspect, later identified as 43-year-old Matthew James Fries, was given
Piece of
medical
shit.
aid right away, but he was later pronounced deceased at the scene. Authorities stated that Fries had been living.
Instead of giving him medical aid, they should be high-fiving. Like, hey, man, that was a great shot. Hell yeah. We brought that piece of shit down, didn't we? Here, high five, man. I'm not rendering aid. Because I don't give a shit about this piece of shit.
In or near the homeless encampment along
I
the
sent
trail.
you a song
While
I
his
made
full
for us.
background
Okay,
hasn't
thank
been
you,
publicly
darling.
released, people familiar with the area reported that he had previous interactions with other encampment residents, and he was likely suffering from some sort of mental health condition during
care.
the incident.
I
The
don't give a
stabbing
shit.
victim was transported to the hospital as well, and
Whether he's mentally unstable or not, that still doesn't help the victim. Don't care. I'm not a medical professional, and I'm damn sure not a psychiatrist, so I could give a shit about his medical well-being.
thankfully he survived
All
the
I care about is his actions.
attack. Next, you will see the case of a dangerous sword-wielding criminal who slashed multiple people, including police officers, and severely injured them.
Police officer stopped! Police officer stopped! Right!
What do you got? You got pepper spray?
On April 30th, 2024,
You don't bring pepper
a
spray
series
to
of
a knife
serious
fight?
and shocking incidents unfolded in the streets of
Or is that
Hainault,
a
London.
taser?
The violence began without any warning. A suspect, high on drugs, deliberately drove his van at high speed toward a pedestrian and then attacked him brutally with a sword before running away from the scene. Moments after fleeing the crash site, the suspect crossed paths with 14-year-old schoolboy Daniel Angerin, who was on his way to school wearing his headphones, completely unaware of the horror happening around him. The suspect struck Daniel with the sword and killed him in a violent attack, and then continued trying to hurt even more people.
He just killed that boy. He just killed him.
Oh, this is in England.
This guy's a prime example of what pure evil looks like. The suspect, later identified as 37-year-old Marcus Arduini Monzo,
Yep,
was
D3,
nothing
you're
short of
exactly
monstrous.
right.
After killing the kid, he didn't even let paramedics help him. He left him to die on the street. His rampage wasn't over either. He was about to hurt even more people, including police officers. Monzo wasn't some ordinary person who suddenly snapped after taking drugs. He was a dangerous criminal with a violent, deeply disturbed history. He had severe long-term psychiatric issues, heavy drug
So
use,
what?
and multiple
Don't
prior
care.
police encounters. Years earlier, he
That's
even
up
killed
to a
his pet cat and
psychiatrist, not
displayed it
me.
in an extremely disturbing way, a clear sign of how unstable and dangerous he was. When the Metropolitan Police arrived after multiple emergency calls, they were shocked to witness the level of terror unfolding in front of them.
They should have brought some Happy Meals to the scene so they'd have something to negotiate with. Fucking idiots.
Male with a large sword in his hand. I see one yellow jumper. Move.
Mate, drop that now! Drop it! Drop it now! Drop it!
Or I will pepper
Drop
spray
it
you.
now! Drop it! Drop the sword!
Wow.
Drop the sword!
They don't have guns.
Like,
No
like,
guns,
more
not
units,
even a
more
knife.
units.
Just
Drop
pepper
it now.
spray.
There's anybody here who believes in God?
Drop it!
Are there gods here?
Drop!
Are there dogs that are going?
Drop it!
Fall!
Drop it now!
This was absolutely horrifying. Monzo was completely gone. Officers gave him multiple commands, but he was way beyond any reasoning
yeah,
or
the
restraint.
commands,
Instead of
yeah.
surrendering,
Stop or
he
I'll
charged
say
at the
stop
officers
again.
and then took off running, kicking off a foot chase. And while fleeing, he was clearly looking for another victim to hurt. But luckily, there was no one out on the street at that moment. The situation took another deadly turn when officers confronted Monzo again after the foot chase.
Joe, he's running! He's running! Get back!
He's got massive swords.
Oh,
Police officer stopped! Police officer stopped!
you think? Don't you think a gun would come in pretty handy right now?
Stopped!
This should be the video for them to go back to the
Monzo
government
again
and say,
went on
we
with
need
his killing
guns.
rampage after hurting an officer badly, and at this point, it looked like the situation wasn't going to end
Yeah, I
anytime
know
soon.
they're not
I'm
allowed
just thinking
to.
about how our U.S. police system would handle this. I'm not comparing, but I'm definitely sure that if this was the U.S., the situation would have ended the moment Monzo raised that sword. Monzo then started
Yeah.
moving toward neighboring houses to continue his evil actions.
Hey!
Swim to us! Jump in the water!
Lock your doors!
Jeez. Oh, I thought that was a lake.
No! No! Put it down! 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 Yeah, totally tight for the governor, quick!
Now, see, this would be an incident in England where you would need, 6, 7, 8, 9 officers.
All the officers fought him in any way they could, but they still weren't able to restrain him. Monzo then moved on to another neighboring property, but
How?
this
They
time it looked like
pepper-sprayed
something
him.
good was finally about to happen. Multiple officers quickly surrounded the area and used their tasers to bring him down, and they were finally able to take him into custody without any further confrontation. Monzo was later charged with a total of 20 offenses, and in June 2025, he received a whole life order, meaning a life sentence with no parole, and he will never be released from prison until his death. Next,
Should've
you
been
will
the
see
death
how a domestic
penalty.
violence incident turned deadly when the suspect shot one of the responding officers and tried to end his life.
Yeah, of course, it's a
On
good
October
rap.
26,
Of
2021,
course.
Louisville Metro Police Department officers were dispatched to a home for a domestic violence complaint. The caller reported a disturbance inside the residence and warned that a firearm was present. At around 12:35 a.m., officers arrived and began speaking with the suspect. But the suspect was acting very suspicious and clearly planning something dangerous for them.
Make sure you ain't got no weapons. And we're out here, brother.
Exactly, Chris.
You're good. Just grab your shoes.
Oh, shit. If I gotta go out, this all I have.
Well, grab
I don't
it.
have nothing.
Grab it.
Hopefully there's a gun in here somewhere.
In here?
Yeah, in the dresser. There's nothing in here.
Don't reach for nothing. Don't reach for nothing.
There's nothing in here, sir.
Stop that, please.
There's nothing in here.
Well, that's not what we're hearing. When we hear there's a gun involved, we take a little extra safety.
Y'all trying to kill me because she know I'm showing you.
Just sit down for
I haven't seen on the bed.
Officers knew for sure that there was a gun somewhere inside the room, but the suspect repeatedly denied it. The suspect, later identified as 37-year-old Ivan Foster, was being asked by the homeowner to gather his belongings and leave the property. At first, everything felt quiet and normal, but it was the calm before the storm.
I have no gun. Look, I do not have no gun. Can I take my shirt off so you don't see? I
No,
don't
you're
have
good.
a gun.
You're good. You're good.
That's what you have to see.
Do you have your ID,
I don't
bro?
have a gun.
See, anytime a suspect takes his shirt off or takes his hat off, that's your first body language clue that he's fixing to fight. But they don't see it. None of these officers in here have a red flag up like, oh shit, he just took off his shirt.
Where's your ID?
The minute he took off the shirt, these two officers should have thrown his ass on that bed behind him and handcuffed him immediately. We learn from our mistakes. Me and my sergeant or Lawson, any of us would have taken him to the bed right there and handcuffed him.
My ID right there. Nothing up here, man. Nothing.
Stop reaching.
Nothing.
But they're being woke.
Stop.
That's what you get for being woke.
Stop.
Shoot him again. Again.
Your gun jam?
He's down.
I hope he's DOA.
He's down.
Get the gun off the bed.
Without warning, Foster reached into the pile of clothes on the dresser, pulled out a concealed firearm, and fired at an officer. Luckily, the shot struck the police radio attached to the officer's belt, saving him from a potentially fatal wound. Foster then began threatening to kill the officer. Seeing his partner in immediate, life-threatening danger, the other officer returned fire multiple times, striking Foster and ending the threat permanently. The officer who was hit was evaluated after the incident, and it was confirmed that the bullet had struck his radio instead of his body, likely saving his life. No other officers or residents were harmed in this incident. Next, you will see how a suspect started a violent fight with a sheriff's deputy after a serious car crash, trying to take away her gun and harm her.
He's trying to get my gun. He's trying to get my gun.
On the morning of October 15th, 2025, a violent struggle broke out between a driver and a sheriff's deputy after a car crash in Thurston County, Washington. The Thurston County Sheriff's deputy came across a chaotic and dangerous scene along State Route 510. A serious two-vehicle crash had just occurred, and the driver who caused it was
a female officer. What a waste of uniform.
behaving erratically, quickly becoming an escalating threat to everyone at the scene.
Be advised, he just charged at me, then just ran back into the car. He can't go anywhere. It's missing a wheel.
He just charged you. He can't go anywhere. It's missing a wheel.
Have a seat for me, sir.
Sir? You don't call him sir. Hey, slick dick, have a seat.
Hey, have a seat. If you approach me, you're gonna get tased. Have a seat. You're not going near those people either.
How about pepper spray?
You're gonna get tased. He's attempting to approach the other car. I'm giving him verbal commands to stop approaching me. He's still approaching. He's gonna get tased. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
The driver's behavior was very odd and completely unpredictable. He was charging at the deputy, digging through his vehicle, and repeatedly trying to reach the injured victim in the other car. It's unclear why he was so fixated on getting to the victim's vehicle, but he kept trying over and over. And when the deputy positioned herself between them, the driver suddenly became extremely aggressive toward her. The driver, later identified as 47...
This piece of shit bitch with all those tattoos, it looks like she just got out of prison. And she's wearing a uniform.
7-year-old Brian Fleming had been traveling at a high rate of speed, swerving uncontrollably before hitting a guardrail, ricocheting across the roadway, and slamming into an oncoming car. The collision left the victim seriously injured and trapped inside their vehicle. But as the deputy tried to help the victim, Fleming repeatedly charged at them aggressively, forcing the deputy to confront him. The deputy deployed multiple taser rounds, but they had no effect. Instead of stopping, Fleming became even more aggressive and was clearly about...
Did you hear that? No effect on the taser.
...to take an even more violent step.
Tay's not working.
Yeah, no shit. I could have told you that.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Now! He's trying to get my gun! He's trying to get my gun!
Throwed her over like a rag doll.
I'm already dead anyway, man. I got you. Where?
Gun in
okay. Put your hands on your back right now. Put your hands behind your back.
During the struggle, Fleming overpowered the deputy and nearly took her service weapon, triggering a full-on life-or-death fight for weapon detention. Luckily, as she fought on her own, help was already racing to her. A Nisqually tribal police officer and an off-duty corrections officer arrived on scene and immediately jumped in to assist. Moments later, another Thurston County deputy arrived and deployed a second taser, and this time, Fleming finally surrendered. After several minutes of intense resistance, officers were able to get him into handcuffs and secure him. During a later interview with a WSP detective, Fleming admitted he had consumed 7 bottles of NyQuil earlier in the day to help him fall asleep. Following the incident, Fleming was charged with a series of serious offenses, and if convicted, he's likely facing a very long prison sentence, possibly 6 to 12 years in state prison. These are the moments when hostage situations turned deadly, starting with the case of a son who took his own mother hostage and tried to end her life.
Shoot me! Shoot me! Right now!
Okay.
Do it!
On December 23rd, 2023, what started as a call for help in the Bronx quickly turned into a life-or-death struggle when a...
If that was made for me, how come there was no mention of me being certified on the Heimlich maneuver? Not one mention of it. Yep, smoke them if you got them. That goes for you too, D3. Did anybody hear any mention of me being certified on the Heimlich maneuver? I think not.
Son did something terrible to his own mother. Around 11:22 a.m., officers were dispatched to a residential building near East 198th Street after reports of a man who may have ingested drugs, was armed with a knife, and acting violently. As officers arrived, what first seemed like just another emergency call was soon going to turn into a terrifying hostage situation that no one expected.
Wow. His own mother.
You got a knife? Shit, it's locked.
Open up! Open up!
Okay, good. That's the one I want to hear. And ladies and gentlemen, anybody concerned that I'm smoking, I just want you all to know I've done my research. And in my research, I found that for every cigarette that you smoke, it takes 2 minutes off your life. That's what they say. But during my research, I also found out that every time you laugh, it adds 3 minutes to your life. So I'm just going to be a laughing smoker. The math is in my favor. So there you go. Say I'm laughing now. I did 3 minutes. So yeah.
Open the door!
Anthony 483 has purchased 5 packs.
Who did? Anthony! Damn! Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Hell yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that, Anthony. Oh, you dare me? Okay, well.
Shoot me! Shoot me! Right now! You got a knife? Do it! Do it! Do it!
Headshot! Headshot!
Drop the knife! Where is it?
It's in her throat,
That was
dumbass.
nothing short of a nightmare. What the officers faced was truly
Oh, it's not in her throat, okay.
As they arrived near the apartment, a
And this idiot's
19-year-old
got a
woman came
taser.
running out, screaming. Her face was severely injured, and it was clear she had been attacked moments before, barely escaping with her life. When the officers entered the apartment, the situation escalated even further. Inside, they encountered 30-year-old Michael Dotel holding his 45-year-old mother in a headlock with a knife at her throat. Officers issued...
Well, I can assure you that he's not going to make it to his 31st birthday, if that was my call. Headshot, headshot. You got a clear headshot. The woman's shorter than the guy. Headshot. That's it. You don't try to negotiate that. You shoot him. You end the threat.
multiple commands for him to release her and calm down, but as the situation
Tony!
grew life-threatening, they had no other option
Are you
but to
Anthony?
discharge their weapons, striking
Yeah, I
Dotel.
guess so.
He
Yeah,
was
Anthony.
immediately
Tony
given
is sure-
medical
yeah.
aid and transported to the hospital, but was later...
Damn, this sumbitch loves his teeth, doesn't he? He wants to show his teeth off. Please don't do that. Don't
Both
ever
victims,
smile like
the
that ever
suspect's
again.
girlfriend and his mother were severely injured. The mother had been on the brink of losing her life before the officers intervened, but thanks to their immediate help, both survived. Next, you will see an even more chilling case where a suspect took a woman and 5 children hostage inside a hotel room.
Don't come in. Don't come in.
Come to us.
I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna fucking shoot.
He's got a gun.
On February 21st, 2025, Anchorage police got a terrifying call about a man who had barricaded himself inside a hotel room, holding 6 people hostage and threatening their lives. Since children were involved, officers rushed to the scene right away. But when they got there, they weren't prepared for the chaos waiting for them. As they reached the room, one victim managed to escape, completely terrified. And shaken by the incident.
Where is it? Yeah, this is a woke department. You see the beard? Woke. They care more about the suspect's life and rights than they do the victim.
What does he have? What kind of weapon?
They're going to go to the convenience store and try to get him a pacifier, so they have something to negotiate with.
I'm not sure if kids are free to go.
An idiot. Shave the beard. It doesn't belong with that uniform, dumbass.
Officers told the escaped victim to stay outside the room, but there were still 6 hostages trapped inside with a dangerous man. The officers didn't know who this suspect was or what weapon he had, but they both knew one thing: this wasn't going to end easily.
See, there's a clear shot. You see the suspect on the far left? There's nobody in front of him. Take the shot. It's just crazy. I would have shot that son of a bitch. I'm pretty good at the firing range. I could make that shot.
Come to us. I'm gonna shoot.
Now, if he was an inch further away, I probably wouldn't be able to make it.
He's got a gun.
You think? Wow. Nothing gets by you, beard man.
Get those kids out.
Close the door. Close the door.
All right. He just slammed the door shut. We saw the gun. He's holding the kids hostage as well as the adults.
There's kids.
That was terrifying.
There's kids, and this dumbass Grizzly Adams let him shut the door. Oh, no, 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 no. As soon as he walked through that door, I'd have been opening fire. Of course, I'd have shot him back when he was standing over by the table.
But what was about to happen next was an absolute nightmare. Why the suspect was holding them hostage, or what his motive was, hasn't been publicly released, so I don't have that information. But one thing is clear: he was definitely not a good person for keeping kids hostage. At this point, the 2 officers couldn't handle the situation alone, not with the danger inside. More officers and a SWAT team were soon called in, but the nightmare was far from over.
We hit that door, he's gonna circle us.
Oh, so you gotta wait for somebody to get shot before you act, dumbass.
Oh, breathe. He's put around to the door. Breathe.
Yes. Brown came through the door.
I know.
The suspect started firing through the closed door. The officers tried to respond immediately, but the door was locked from the inside. At this point, they had no other option but to break the door down and make a forced entry.
I'm breaking the door.
That's why they shouldn't have let him close the door. They had the door open, and they backed away and let him close it. That was a dumbass decision right there.
Drop the gun. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on. Got it. You got it. I got the gun. We're good. Pull it away. We're good. Suspect down. I'll hold on to him. You check yourself.
Luckily, those officers got there just in time, before it was too late. As they heard something chaotic happening and realized the suspect was assaulting one of the hostages, they didn't waste a single second and entered the room, successfully neutralizing the suspect. The hostages were quickly rescued and given medical aid. The suspect, later identified as 41-year-old Puipuia Lipoi Alaelua, was also given medical aid but was pronounced
illegal
deceased.
alien.
As I looked into his background, I found he had an extensive criminal history.
See, look at that. That's a clean shot right there. He's got 6 hostages. You take the shot.
Assault, evidence tampering, and more. He had faced multiple charges before, including involvement in a fatal police shooting and other serious crimes. But somehow he was still free, able to commit these acts again and put
Yeah, of course he was free, because it's a
honestly,
woke
I don't know who to blame for this.
state,
Judges,
woke city.
Next up, you will see how 2
Sanctuary.
officers almost lost their lives when a suspect launched a deadly ambush as they were helping a woman. On November 24th, 2020, officers from the New York Police Department responded to a domestic call. The call came from a 41-year-old woman requesting help retrieving her personal belongings from her residence in Springfield Gardens. While this wasn't exactly a hostage situation, the husband had been abusing the woman for months, which
They were around the corner having a glee club meeting.
Officers Joseph Murphy and Christopher Wells arrived on
The responding officers on that call should have never let him shut that door.
scene, prepared to safely escort the woman and her belongings. But the situation was about to escalate into something far more dangerous than they could have imagined.
Just gotta let you know that we have our body cameras on now. Okay. Is the ring camera the only camera that works?
We have the ring camera, we have the other camera.
You got the other camera himself.
We have the whole camera for the block.
Can you disconnect them so that he can't view
I will
them?
have to have my next one here.
Okay.
If they could do that.
If they could do that, then he, won't know what's going on here. But like I said, I would call 911 immediately if he comes back, and he'll be arrested. Just tell him you made a, keep that piece of paper, show him, I mean, do you feel safe here, or would you rather go to a domestic violence shelter?
So I'll take the kids and go to my
Getting a nice bottle of wine for us to enjoy the back porch. You have a good time, Miss Patriot. Tell Miss Bridge, tell Patriot I said hello.
And believe me, it may have felt like peace and calm, but this was just before the storm, a deadly storm about to unfold. Before we go into the footage, let me first tell you about the husband. He was 41-year-old Rondell Goppy, a peace officer at the City University of New York for 10 years. Goppy had no prior criminal convictions, but...
Boy, that looked like a professional police officer, didn't it? Hood rat piece of shit.
At the time of the incident, he was struggling with a mental health condition. Because of this, his firearms had initially been removed. But after...
Oh, I didn't. Well, no, because I didn't know it was his birthday. And first of all, he had one of those last year. There's no reason to have another one. I mean, he's not 16. Birthdays are for children, and birthdays are for women. To tell him that. Once he has his sweet 16th birthday, that's it. The birthdays are done for the rest of his life. There's no more birthdays. Ever. It's for children and women. That's it.
After a psychiatric evaluation, he was cleared to carry them again. That meant that at the time of the incident, he was armed, a fact that had the officers seriously concerned.
Okay. So yeah,
you guys want to go in?
We'll go in with you just to make sure he's not here and everything's safe and okay.
Well then, birthdays are over for us. Once we hit 16, that's the last birthday. The rest of them mean we just get another year older and deeper in debt. That's it.
You just take the battery.
You can see us right now. I have one in the back.
That is it. Sending you food porn now. Oh well, a nice juicy steak coming up in a picture.
No.
Yes, Chris, I think we should.
Access to his firearm the firearm is definitely not.
It's called Flintstone chewable vitamins, Chris. Take one of those daily.
In this home?
You have the safe upstairs, so I don't know if it's in here. I never...
And once you get a new bottle, Chris, I'm just giving you some advice, learning experience. Once you get a new bottle of Flintstone chewable vitamins, get the grape ones. Pour it all out, get all the grape ones, put those on top. Because those are the best ones. The other ones, not so much. But yeah. Do the grape ones first.
I don't know if it's upstairs. I don't know where it's at.
Do you have access to the safe?
No.
No?
I don't see that.
But you haven't seen the firearm in this
Their whole house looks like something in the Middle East, doesn't it?
Including the firearm, one more thing that made the situation even more tense was that Gopi had access to all the ring cameras, meaning he could have been nearby, watching everything live with a gun in his hand. As the woman went upstairs to check for firearms, the officers quickly searched inside and found nothing suspicious. But just as the woman was about to come back down to the living room, something truly tragic was about to happen.
He's gonna be back because he got everything. Everything.
Well, do you want to pack up and go to your sister's now while we're still here?
If you can get a locksmith here within, as soon as possible, that's a good idea. Or going, where does your sister live?
Oh, he's coming.
That ambush was sudden and deadly. Without warning, Gopi opened fire on the responding officers, turning what should have been a routine call into a life-threatening situation in seconds. During the initial attack, Officer Wells was struck in the thigh.
See, that's because he celebrated way too many birthdays, Miss Bridge. See what I'm talking about? See, tell him to go to anniversaries. Tell him to celebrate his, 23rd year anniversary of his 22nd birthday. Tell him to go to anniversaries. Anniversaries are for grown adults. Birthdays are for kids and women. Just giving you some really good advice here.
While Officer Murphy was hit in both hands, severely impairing his ability to respond.
And you're going to eat that yummy stuff in front of him.
The officers returned fire, discharging a total of 24 rounds. Their return fire fatally wounded Gopi, ending the immediate threat. Both officers were quickly transported to the local hospital for treatment. Remarkably, the woman remained unharmed despite the hail of bullets. Both officers later survived their injuries and were able to return to duty after recovering. Next, you'll see the moments when a husband took his ex-wife and her current boyfriend hostage with a sinister plan. On December 23rd, 2024, a domestic dispute incident turned into a life-or-death situation when a husband took his estranged wife hostage and faced the cops in that moment. The incident began when Akron police were dispatched to a home in the Kenmore neighborhood after a 911 call reported a domestic disturbance. With no time to waste, officers quickly arrived to de-escalate the situation. But little did they know, a tragedy was already written for all of them to face.
What your running shoe look like? It's not there anymore. Yeah, it's not there anymore.
That's him kicking the door.
Okay, we got
go. Go.
Slow down.
Be advised, this male just broke down the bedroom door. He's in the room with the
Let's lethal.
See, baby girl, I got some good ideas, huh? Baby girl said on YouTube, Night Cop, I bought some Purple Passion pink lips. No, not pink. Purple Passion lipstick from Sephora, which is like Ulta, the other day. I love it. I like the Purple Pink Passion lipstick myself. I'm just saying. I still have to make the mashed potatoes to go under it, but made homemade Salisbury steak. I don't know how to make Salisbury steak from home. But I tell you what, I'm a whiz at a microwave if I got a TV dinner. Yeah.
Officers quickly rushed inside as they heard chaos unfolding. But
I haven't ate a TV dinner since my 20s.
As they tried to push their way in, the suspect slammed the door again and again, determined to keep them out in the middle of his violent outburst.
What card was that? Tactical timeout?
Hang on. Watch out.
That was pure chaos and absolutely terrifying. The suspect was identified as 58-year-old James W. Gross. Gross was holding a knife to his estranged wife, who was trapped inside the room along with her boyfriend and a dog. Officers gave repeated verbal commands and even deployed a taser, but when that failed to work, they had no choice but to discharge their service weapons, striking Gross. The hostages were quickly secured and given medical aid. Gross was also treated, but he tragically lost his life at the scene. Thankfully, no officers were injured during the incident. Next up, you'll witness the shocking moments when a person high on drugs took his own family members hostage, ready to harm them. On May 1st, 2024, what started as a domestic disturbance quickly escalated into a deadly high-risk hostage crisis. Denver police were called to a home after a woman reported that her nephew was inside with a knife, holding two people against
Say what you mean, Anthony.
their will. The situation was immediately classified as a critical hostage event, and officers responded quickly, but they had no idea just how terrifying this incident was going to become.
Come over here and talk to me.
Okay, I'm just... He stabbed himself in the neck.
Frankie did?
Yes.
Okay.
Your time is up.
Is danger inside right now?
He got a knife in his hand.
Okay. Is in danger?
I picked that one because it sounds like one of my cousins
Stand behind this car for me, okay?
from Alabama.
Based on the urgent information about the hostages, officers knew they had to act fast. They rushed to the front door, but quickly realized it was locked.
Rockwell?
Both officers already
Rockwaller?
recognized the suspect, 55-year-old Frankie Lee Evans. He had a
That
troubled
figures.
past, and more importantly, he was a relative of the victims inside. Evans was the nephew of the woman and a family member to those being held hostage. No one ever expected that he would turn violent against his own family. While the situation grew tense, an officer retrieved a key to the residence and carefully made entry. But almost immediately, things began to take a serious and dangerous turn.
Frankie!
Never police.
Where's he at? Are you okay?
It's not animation, Hojo. It's Stream Loot cards. There's the link. People are playing Stream Loot cards. You can get your Stream Loot cards right there. If you don't have an account, all you do is just log into one of your Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and then you got an account.
We've got 43 David. We got one pack of hostages. Code 10 cover, stage a bus, one black male, gray shirt, holding hostage. Slam the door on us.
Stage a bus? What does stage a bus mean?
Frankie, can you hear me, man? Okay, Frankie, do me a favor, man.
Oh, that's just in the video. Okay, I see what you're saying. They just added that to the video.
We're not coming in. What? Frankie! Talk to me, man.
Officers tried multiple times to make contact with Frankie, but he refused to comply with anything. Meanwhile, the situation inside became extremely chaotic and dangerous. Frankie began hurting both hostages and even stabbed the male hostage severely in the chest. With no other options available, the officers had to take immediate action to save these
What
people
is he
from
do?
the dangerous...
Look, he didn't even check the doorknob.
Girla 31 has purchased one pack.
Thank you, baby girl. Thank you, darling. That would have been my first thought, though. Let's check the doorknob and see if the door's locked before I have to exert myself and kick on it. I mean, right? It's just common sense. Check the doorknob. It might be open.
Suspect.
Okay.
931.
Officers successfully rescued both the male and female hostages without any further harm. They were quickly transported to the hospital, and later both were stabilized. Inside the room, as the standoff reached a critical point, officers discharged their weapons, striking Evans multiple times. Evans was neutralized and later pronounced dead at the scene. The exact reason behind his actions wasn't confirmed, but it was reported that he had been high on narcotics prior to the incident.
We'll see you Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and good night, everybody.
Goodbye. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth.